What is going on, guys? It's MrVerry here, and I'm going to be doing another Life of Verry today. We're going to be doing the level 70 quest, which is the Vampire Shield slash Dragonlance quest. A very, very cool quest. It's pretty easy. It's really not too bad. But before we do that, I wanted to take out this vampire lair and just talk to you guys for a bit. So, I am back, and I'm happy to be back. I'm looking for work right now, though, and that is going to take up some of my time. And then, of course, if I find work, you guys aren't going to be getting quite as many videos as I'm able to do now. And I apologize for that, but there's only so much of me. And I'm curious as to how we'll do against a vampire now. I haven't really messed with one. He seems to be beating my ass right now, but could just be some bad luck. I don't know. And we take him out, so that's always good. And there's a vampire lord who spawns on the right side over here, who I have killed on Edron, and hopefully he's not here right now because Verry would not be able to take him out. But I think Verry should be able to handle a horde of vampires. And yeah, he had no problem with that. What would be awesome is if we got a vampire shield here, only to go get another one in the quest, but highly doubtful of that. And oops, wrong hotkey. That's alright though. And we take I think that's the final vamp. Nope, one more. Of course, using the enchanted fire axe for a little extra damage. Well, it's not a fire axe, it's a heroic axe, but it's enchanted with fire. And we're going to be using the Guardian Halberd most of the time during the upcoming part. Oh, I do have a blessed stake. Didn't think I did. And that's because heroes and the Warlock, many of the creatures that we're facing are going to have either full immunity or protection against elements. So, and I've stocked up on a couple extra health potions, knowing that, you know, we're going to take a little bit more of a beating, but oops, wrong hotkey again. Yeah, I always get my hotkeys kind of funky at first when I switch from Adrenus to Verry, but that's alright. And we're going to throw our Boots of Haste on for now, along with a time ring, so we can get moving sort of quickly. And some of you guys were saying that I needed to see if I could do something with my graphics, and I'll show you my graphics. See, they're at max. Oh, it should be DirectX 9, not OpenGL. Wow, okay. So that makes a difference. So no wonder my computer was running so slow, running Tibia so slow while I was recording. I'm glad someone suggested that. Normally I have it on DirectX 9. I can't believe it was on OpenGL. But yeah, this looks much better. And that's going to make a huge difference for me while I play, as well as a difference for you guys who are watching. You know, you don't have to see me lagging like crazy. And I put my stealth ring on just so I can walk right through these guys without taking any damage. And we're probably going to go ahead and rock that stealth ring for a little bit. Do I have another one? Wow, I've only got one on me. That's not good. I should have a couple, but yeah. Getting through this first part of the Edron Hero Cave, you definitely want a stealth ring if you want to be able to get through stuff quickly. I'm actually going to take it off for now since I don't need it. And, oops. And coming around the corner here, we give a Dark Magician. There's going to be a Priestess, Hunter, some more Demon Skeletons. Just all around fun stuff, you know. And hopefully I can get to the Priestess before she steals all of our mana. And we actually succeed in that, so cool beans. And let off a little Exori Mass, just to see if we can take everything out. And time to loot. See if we got anything nice. Probably not, since we're really in the beginning of the cave. But up here there's a bunch of Demon Skeletons and a Bone Lord, which I always call them Beholders still. And that's just force of habit, and that's because that's what they were known as for the longest time. Unfortunately, Wizards of the Coast made Tibia change it and said, no, Bone Lord is our Beholder is an exclusive to us, which I think is kind of silly because I've seen Beholders in so many different games, and I don't see Wizards of the Coast going to all those games and forcing all those people to you know, change the name, but it's whatever. It's just dumb. And usually there's usually there's a monk right there. And we are using a little more supplies with the Guardian Halberd, but that's alright. We're also taking things out quite quickly, and it's going to be helpful against a lot of the stuff that we have to go against yet. Ugh. Sorry guys, my mouse is being a little funny. I've actually never looted Reigns, and for those of you who don't know, you get Reigns out of Dark Magicians and Dark Apprentices really rarely. And I've killed so many of them. I've even hunted the Dark Magician spot in Yalahar, which is like such a huge spawn of them. And even if you're just hunting the heroes and the necromancers, they have so many. It's surprising that I've never gotten one. But yeah, there's 3 dragons here, which really isn't much of a big deal. And we get off a nice front sweep, doing some pretty heavy damage. And we get a Wand of Inferno, so that's cool. Not bad, decent start. And hopefully we'll get some other goodies. And I'm also going to show some other quests along the way. And just because they're on the way to the Warlock quest anyway, so there's really not a reason for me to not show them. And it looks like we got a bunch on us, so... And I use front sweep to try to deal some decent damage to everything around me, including the hero. And with the Guardian Halberd, we are taking a little bit of damage, but we're also dishing it out quite well. So we get a small notebook, which is a creature product from heroes, which is worth 500 gold. So, not bad. Now, going down is the place where I would say you want a stealth ring more than any other area thus far. And that's because there is just such a huge horde of creatures, and a lot of them will still be able to see you, including the priestess, and you want to kill her as quickly as possible because she can and will take your mana. And right now, unfortunately, I'm revealed due to the Dark Magicians and the Dark Apprentices, and I should have mentioned that they can do that, but just didn't think to mention it yet. And we get rid of the Priestess, so that's good. And now just 2 Hunters. So, and I probably could have taken it off and then put it back on the Stealth Ring, and it would have reversed the effects, but that's alright. So you can see this room is just jam-packed, filled with creatures, and can be a little brutal at first. And we're just looting everything. Oh, we got another Priestess, and we're going to want to take her down as quick as possible. Just because, like I said, they do steal your mana, and on a night especially, that is just terrible. And hopefully we can deal with the Warlock a little bit better than the last time, just strictly because of the fact that we're using, and I thought there was another Magician there, that's why I used Ixori. Strictly because of the fact that we're using a Guardian Halberd, but we will see. And I misclicked, that's alright. And another 51 gold coins. You know, if I could grab it properly. But, and I'm going to drop some pots to make room for some more loot. And when we go down here, you can see we get a couple stone golems on us, no big deal. They are pretty defensive, but with this, we take them out very quickly. And going down, there's going to be a ton of priestesses. So what I'm going to do is wait just a second, and so I can use Utora again, and haste, and then go down. And we're going to do what we can to take care of these guys as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, they are going to be stealing mana the whole way. But that's what you have to deal with. And it's really not too big of a deal. You can see that Priestess is... So, we take them all out. Not too hard. A little annoying, but, you know, that happens. And here's the quest. Oh, the box is empty. I must have already gotten it, but normally there's like 4 strong mana potions there, and I think something else. That might be it, though. You can check on Wiki for a full list, and I may have shown these on the Life of Verry already, but I don't mind doing it again if in the case that I haven't. And that box is empty too. Yeah, so I did already show these. So there's not really too much of a point of me showing them again. And we are almost to our destination. And I'm actually going to see how Verry fares against the Arak demons while we're here anyway, and 2% magic level 7, so that's cool. Approaching up here, we're going to be running into some priestesses shortly, so... actually, right where the Minotaur guards are coming from is also where the priestesses will come from. But it looks like they're not quite out yet, which is a good thing. Just because I didn't want all my mana to get stolen. But it looks like that's about to happen anyway, so... But we finish them off pretty quick. They don't get too much mana, about 100, that's alright. And we're going to head on down and see what's going on down here. So this is a little tough because we want to get the mage-like creatures and like the hunter and the priestess and stuff to come in so that we can get rid of them, so that while we're dealing with, like, you know, the heroes and the warlock and whatnot, it's a little bit easier on us. And we'll take out the apprentice here, and then the witch, and put another Utora up. We're going to need that. And I think I missed a mana potion a while back, and we get the first hero, so we're going to move up a little bit just so that it's just the hero and me. No need to go and get the warlock or some other creatures just to make this more difficult. And we finish the hero off pretty easily. So just scooping the rest of the gold and some creature products. And we get a Dark Magician and the second hero. So the Dark Magician really isn't much of an issue. You know, he's going to deal a little extra damage, but nothing significant. And we finish the hero off. Nothing great out of him, but at least he's down. And another mana potion, so that's cool. That's what's great about the magicians, is they do always give, well, they don't always, but a lot of the time you'll get mana potions or health potions, you know, something. And the warlock is right down there, and he's making his move up, so and we're going to use Nixori to knock him out of invisibility. And a nice front sweep, deal heavy damage to him. Unfortunately, he can lower, I believe, attack on an... Ooh, and we get a 618, which is a nasty hit. And another Nixori off, so actually running along pretty nicely. The only thing I'm a little worried about is him running, as I said. But it looks like we're handling it. And he's almost down. And I think he's in the other corner now, so almost got him. And we bring him down for only 4 cherries and a dark mushroom. Oh well, but at least we took him out. And just about, I think any vocation at level 70 can solo a warlock. It might be a little bit tougher depending, but it's completely possible. Ooh, and we get another priestess, so we're going to want to get on her quickly. And the shaman just to take care of the snakes. And we'll go take out the magician. Another mana potion, kindly. And oh, stalker. I was wondering why I couldn't move over. And there's another, looks like the priestess respawned already, along with the monk. So with this respawning as fast as it is a quest, which is why it respawns quickly. And we found a bag, which you get a black pearl, strange symbol, which is a rare Behe drop that's not really worth anything, and we get a Dragon Lance, which we will now use instead of the Guardian Halberd since it's got one more attack, and a Vampire Shield. And while we're here, I just want to check it out. I want to see how well this character can handle the Arak Demons. So, yeah, it's worth a shot. And we'll run on through and see how it goes. And depending on which ones come up first, really makes it dependent on what weapon and whatnot we want to use. And since it's Arak Demons, we're good to go ahead and use fire, because they're weak to fire. And yeah, so far so good. Really not too tough. This might actually be a decent place for a knight of this level. I personally don't know. Like I said, this is my first time even coming here on my knight, so we will see. But I know they do have good gold drops, and there's a pretty decent amount of them, so. And it looks like we got a Shaburak and a couple on us, so this is actually not such a bad thing. It's going to be a test to see just how much can take as far as damage, and if they really do pose, you know, like a crazy threat. We are using quite a bit of pots, but that's alright. Still looking like profit, because we've gotten a bunch of small emeralds, and we want a Utora just to get some residual health gain. 4 small rubies already too, wow. Yeah, so usually when I've come here before, like on Adranus and whatnot, they don't seem to drop, at least when I was here, they didn't seem to drop gems at this much of a rate, but I could just be getting lucky right now. And one-on-one, they really don't pose much of a threat. Nice amounts of gold, and another Shaburak demon, which is the fire, obviously. And I don't know if, it doesn't look like anyone's really been hunting here today, so I doubt there's any princes or anything, and you have to go all the way up to get to them anyway, so. And yeah, so I would say this is probably profitable. And it's at least decent experience, I'm sure of that. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting 175k an hour. Of course, that's not really accurate of where we are, because we did just get done taking care of the Warlocks and whatnot, but and down. And we get a strong health potion, so that's nice. That'll keep us hunting a little longer, and we fill up our first backpack of gold. And this one's almost down. 4 assassin stars. And those are obviously worth 100 gold apiece, so that's handy. But definitely not feeling like I'm in danger or anything. Yeah, taking a fair amount of damage, but that's fine. And getting out of here might be a little bit tricky just because there's going to be heroes and the Warlock and whatnot, but and yeah. Yeah, this is definitely good experience, I can tell you that. And for those of you who don't know, the more of a certain demon you kill, it starts to allow that the other demon to overpower, and their bosses, well, they're not really bosses, but the princes and the lords will start to spawn, and they're the ones that have nice loot like steel boots and stuff, and they're a little bit tougher, but they're really just, they're pretty similar to their weaker counterparts, so. Yeah, I personally like it here. Um, and we get a mastermind potion, which is, of course, for mages, but still worth money. And since we got a bunch on us, we're just going to be using those area attacks as much as we can. You know, front sweep and Exori, just to get off that good damage. And 3 actually looked like it was a little overwhelming as far as using a lot of health pots and having to heal a bunch. But that's alright. If we take it slow, we shouldn't have that problem. And they drop brown mushrooms, that's right, they do. They drop brown mushrooms, but not like super frequently, but they do drop quantity of them at times, so that's something to look out for as well. And let's see how close we are. It says if we stay here for another 16 minutes, be level 72. So that's cool. And on this one, I've tried not to use Exori at all. I've just been using the single attacks. And I know they do a little bit less damage, but I was just curious to see how well this character could still deal with them. And so far, so good. And handled this mob of them quite a bit easier than the last one, so that's nice. And we get another brown mushroom and a bunch of gold. Now I'm going to have to drop some pots to make room for more gold. It's looking like. But still taking them out. And I don't think these guys have any really nice rares. I think that they mainly just drop like, I think they drop spring sprout rods maybe rarely, and that's really about the most you have to look forward to. But we will see. And yeah, I mean, this is pretty sweet. And for paladins who want to hunt here, you just pretty much bring a shield and royal spears, because they do drop royals. I'm actually surprised that I haven't looted any yet, but you can see, or you probably already saw before, there were some on the ground, so it's pretty common that they drop them. I'm surprised I haven't looted any. And they drop assassin stars as well, so And moving along. They are consuming a good amount of my pots, but the experience is quite nice. And I'm sure I've got to be very close to magic level 7. And we get off a nice front sweep to a nice Exori. And I'm going to go mess around with the red ones for a little bit and then end the video. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this, and let me know if you are going to be going and, doing the Vampire Shield quest on your own. A lot of people at level 70, their character is capable of doing it, but they themselves might not feel completely comfortable with the thought of possibly getting 2 heroes and a Warlock on them, which is completely understandable. So if you feel like you might not be able to do it on your own, get a blocker or get someone to clear it for you. There's no shame in that. It's better than dying and losing loot or losing blessings, and that's for sure. I myself am curious as to how I'm going to get out of here with the small amount of supplies I have, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. If need be, I can always have Adranus run a rescue mission. And they do have some pretty powerful waves. It looks like that's their attack that hurts the worst, so you just want to stay diagonal. And of course they have the large AoE, and look at that, magic level 7. So how about that? Very cool. And that's a pretty good magic level for a character of this level. So definitely happy with that. And they used to be able to deal a ton of damage to each other before the update that made it so creatures don't deal damage to each other. And you can see already we have filled another backpack with gold. So, certainly very, very quick on gold here. And we get another 2 small emeralds, so I think we're up to, up to 5 now. And with the Dragonlance, we get some pretty nice hits in. Of course, they get some decent hits as well, but it's not bad. And you can see that one dropped 6 Royal Spears. So I'm not sure if it's just the Shaburuks who drop Royals. It looks like it's mainly them because we didn't loot any from the other ones. But I don't know for sure. So you guys can check on Wiki and look at the statistics to figure it out for yourself. And we get another 2 small rubies. So that's nice. And we'll Utora and finish them off. So yeah, definitely not bad. And we'll go ahead and take out the last 2 that are right here. Might as well. And yeah, that beam really hurts. Just hit me for 158. So you do want to stay diagonal if possible. Obviously, if you have 2 on you, that's a little bit tougher. and we get a piggy bank. So I think that actually might be one of the rarest items they drop. If not, it's got to be close, because piggy banks, as you may know, are somewhat difficult to come across. Santa gave them out, which probably made them a little less rare, but they still have some value. And we'll use the piggy bank. If we break it, we break it. 1, 2, 3. So that's as much as I'm going to do. I don't want to break it. So altogether we got, yeah, pretty decent amount of stuff. And the 6 of the small rubies were from the past video, and 6 of them were from the current. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment on this video with any feedback you may have for me, and if you haven't already and you enjoy the content I produce, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys.